welcome to my Flosstube channel, XO Needle in the Hay XO. You can also find me on Instagram at XO Needle in the Hay XO. My name is Annie, and both my Flosstube channel and my Instagram are all about what is happening in my personal cross-stitch world. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for tuning in again. And if you are new here, welcome, welcome. I hope that you like what you see and that you'll leave me a comment or subscribe to my channel. I am so excited to film today's episode for several reasons. One of them being that I have recently learned how to edit videos and add pictures, so I feel a lot less pressure to get everything right in one take. I can just do several takes now and cut and splice and edit afterwards. And my second reason for being so very excited about today's episode is that I am celebrating 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much to all of you who have subscribed to my channel. It means the world to me. This community has uplifted me, welcomed me, and I'm so inspired by your kindness and generosity, and I hope that I can reciprocate that by creating entertaining, fun videos for you. Maybe you'll find some inspiration here, or maybe I'll be able to keep you company while you stitch. So I will be talking about a celebratory 1,000 follower giveaway at the end of the video. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Today is Friday, August 16th, 2024. It's been about 2 weeks since I last filmed. And since then, we have had a ton of power outages in my area. I live in a wooded area, so whenever there's a really bad storm, it's likely that we'll lose power due to falling branches or falling trees messing with the power line. So in the past 14 days, there have been maybe, at least 5 days without power. It's been pretty bad. But you know, I put my headlamp on and continued stitching. Also, for those of you who might be new here, a little info about me. I also help out at lindystitches.com, and I was able to do some Stash Fest 2024 videos for staff at Lindy Stitches, talking about my favorite new releases. So there's one video out right now, and I filmed one yesterday, so I'm not sure when that will be uploaded, but keep your eyes out for that if you want to know what my favorite new releases are. Let's see. The power outages, I filmed for Lindy Stitches. I think that's really what has been going on aside from the stitchiness itself. So why don't we just jump right into my finishes? I like to start with my finishes. My first finish I'd like to share with you was gifted to me. I received a message from Personalized Designs on Instagram asking me if I would like a kit in exchange for an honest review on their Amazon storefront or their Amazon listing. So the company is called Personalized Design. I believe that they're based in the Ukraine. They have a bunch of movie and book themed kits available on Amazon as well as Etsy. Now, I recall from the list of kits that I had to choose from, there were Harry Potter, this This is called Songbirds and Snakes and is a Hunger Games reference, I believe. I've actually only read the first Hunger Games book, but I chose this because I feel like even if you didn't read the Hunger Games series, this could be applicable to you. It actually really reminds me of tattoo art, which is why I was drawn to it. So I chose this kit to stitch, and here's my finish. You'll see it looks a little different. Here's my finished bookmark. How pretty is that? I love the colors in this. Now, one of my very favorite things about this kit is that the flosses come sorted. We all know what a pain it is to sort all the floss colors. So this comes sorted on a floss card for you. And the instructions are super, super thorough for anyone who might be new to cross stitching. I think this is a great starter kit. And for anyone who's a seasoned stitcher, it's also fun because it's a quick stitch. Everything you need is included: the needle, the floss, the very clear chart, and also very, very clear finishing instructions. So this is the called for finish, but I will admit that I really try to avoid hand sewing when possible. So I really didn't want to do this, even though the instructions provided made it very, very simple, I'm sure. So instead, I used all the leftover floss. There was a lot of leftover floss to make this tassel, and I finished it by backing it in felt. That was just a personal preference. So that was a super fun stitch, and I was so grateful for the opportunity, and just want to put out there that I am open to more opportunities like that. I will definitely leave an honest and thorough review, not just for the company reaching out to me, but for all of you. So I do recommend these kits by Personalized Design. You can find them on Etsy. Yes, you can find them on Etsy. I'm not sure what their Etsy shop name is. I will put it in the description box below. But you can find them on Instagram as Personalized Design. So thank you so much for that opportunity, Personalized Design. I'll leave, again, all of the info on where you can get this kit and others like it on their Etsy and on their Amazon. Now, my second finish, I'll have to put a picture up for you because I don't have it with me. Here it is. My second finish is Hello from Liz Matthews, 11th Day of Christmas Tree model. I am so very honored that Liz asked me to stitch this for her. I enjoyed every second of it. I believe that I did this maybe over 3 stitchy sessions. I really enjoyed doing that border. I love that colorful border. I also love how cute the wispy Christmas tree is. And I had no idea that Liz has not charted very many humans or people in her patterns. I think from her release video, she said that maybe this is the second or third time that she's charted people. You would never know it because these pipers are so cute in their little outfits there. I love doing this. Thank you so much, Liz, for the opportunity. I can't believe that, you know, one of my stitches is now on a cover sheet that so many people will see. Thank you. That was so much fun. Now, next in the finish lineup, I have something special to share with you. I had reached out on Instagram asking if anyone would like to participate in a community Stitchy Case Finish Parade. You know, I am so thrilled every time someone tags me in a photo of their Stitchy Case finish. So, I mean, let's get right to it. Let's roll the footage of all of the Stitchy Case pics that were contributed to me over the last 2 weeks. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing these. Here we go. To my whips, I want to mention that I was inspired to do the community Stitchy Case Parade by Steph of Lindy Stitches because I loved that finished parade so much at Midsummer Stitch, and also by Crow Stitcher, Andy of Crow Stitcher, for featuring community finishes on her Instagram, and also the Daceman Zero on YouTube. He also does a community finish segment on his Flosstube, and yeah, I wanted to show off all the wonderful work that everyone in the community is doing. So thank you for contributing your photos and sharing them with everyone. Okay, now let's do some whips, shall we? I have a bunch here. My first one, you've seen this before. I completed my assignment for the Hello Dimensions cell hosted by Liz of Hello from Liz Matthews. The assignment was to fill in all the window panes in this middle bay window here, and it is really, really coming together. I cannot wait to actually have a full coverage finish. This would be my very first one. While stitching this, I ran out of the orange floss used up here. It's used individually as well as in blends. Now, I think this is because I am very liberally traveling on this piece, just for my sanity. There's a lot of confetti, and I figured it's full coverage, so you won't, you won't see the look at my terrible back. You won't see the traveling thread. So I've been doing a ton of traveling, and that is probably why I ran out of the thread. I don't know. This is my first Dimensions kit, so I feel like they must provide enough floss, and it's a me issue. So I tried to reach out to Dimensions. First, I went to the link provided in the pattern, and it took me directly to their Amazon storefront. So that was not helpful. And then I found an email address, so I wrote them a nice email about how I have run out of their floss and how I could acquire more. And the email kept bouncing back to me. So, Wanda's Stitchin' Kitchen, I believe I'm saying that correctly. If not, I will correct myself in the description box. Reached out to me on Instagram and pointed me to a Dimensions DMC floss conversion chart. So I went and I got the appropriate DMC. So I'm ready to keep stitching. I don't know. How have you contacted Dimensions in the past? Is it possible? I mean, I know I've heard of people getting extra floss from them, so I have a bad email address, I guess, and I searched and searched the internet and I couldn't find another one. But thankfully there is a conversion out there. You know what? I'll also link that in the description box below. So pretty. Okay, put this over here. My next whip is for the Bring Out Your Kits sale, hosted by Thread Gremlins and Jen's Fiberweb. The vintage kit that I'm working on is a Care Bear stocking. This is what I have so far. Pardon my hanging thread. Let me see here. I stopped basically mid-stitch because I needed to move on to something else, and it's really difficult to put this down. So I cold turkey, mid-stitch, hanging thread, put this away. This is what I have so far, the outline of the second bear and a one-eyed yellow Care Bear. This has been really, really fun to stitch. I really think that, I hope that I'll have this done by Christmas. So fun. Just fold this and try not to make such a mess here today. Oh, my next piece. If you watched my last episode, you might remember that I was struggling with matching the border of Mary Margaret, but I was just determined to frog, and basically I redid the entire thing. But I did it. The borders now match up. I finished a border and I put it away right after doing that so that I could forget about that drama and enjoy it when I take it out next time. So let me show you my beautiful lined up border for Mary Margaret. And now I'm ready to get to the fun stuff. Yay! Yeah, so I frogged one section and redid it. Basically two sides of it, and then I realized I had to frog the other two sides. I was a half stitch off on in two places, and I simply refused to fudge it. So, and you know, I'm really glad I went back and I corrected it. But there we have it. Mary Margaret, ready for fun part. You know, normally I say that, ready for the fun part. Normally I really, really like doing borders. I find it meditative. You know, you don't have to, especially a border like this, you don't have to look at a chart, and I enjoy that kind of stitching, but that was a little bit torturous. Again, it could have been because it is on 40 count Picture This Plus, which I've heard that 40 count Picture This Plus really stitches like a even larger count, and I think that's been true for this. So I guess I just had a difficult time seeing, and being off by just half a stitch wasn't noticeable until the very, very end, when the borders didn't match up. So normally I really love to do borders. Let's see. Okay, the next two that I'm about to show you, I really need some emotional support on. Not necessarily advice, just sympathy and support. Okay, first up is TV dinner. I've talked about this before, how I am having a lot of trouble seeing the individual threads on this gingham linen. Like Mary Margaret, I have somehow gone off by half a stitch somewhere, or maybe in several places. I'm having the darndest time finding my mistake, and I know that I can just fudge this, but for some reason that gives me more anxiety and dissatisfaction than the suffering of trying to find my mistakes. This very fun pattern has turned into a not fun stitch, and I'm really struggling. I'm really struggling because I want to work on this. I want the finished piece, but it is currently not bringing me any joy. I'm having such a hard time, and I actually thought, should I start over? Should I just start over, and instead of I don't know the terminology, instead of color completing, which is leading to me making my mistakes because I'm just like going all over the place. Instead of color completing, should I start over and stitch 10 by 10 grid by 10 by 10 grid and leave, you know, parked threads? I don't know. Maybe she just needs to be put away for a while and approached later, which makes me very sad because I really want to have this piece finished. It's so fun. Yeah, I was having such a difficult time with it that I decided, okay, I will treat myself to stitching the pat of butter. I know you guys understand what I'm saying. I don't have to explain how and why that is a treat. So I treated myself to stitching the pat of butter, and I messed up there. So yeah, that's where I am with this. It's a me problem. It is nothing to do with the pattern. I'm just having a very hard time seeing and a hard time understanding where I've made my mistakes to even frog and continue. So that's where I am with this. Yeah, sad, crying face. My next one that I need support with, funny enough, is also full coverage, so I might be seeing a pattern here, a theme. This one, I started this piece, my first full coverage start, I started it December 2023, and I just really don't want to have a whip around for more than a year. So I really wanted to finish this in December of this year. And I know that sounds like really far away, but I'm starting to think that it's not gonna happen for this piece. This is the Palace by Letistitch. It is actually, when I do stitch on this, it is great fun. But for some reason I cannot be motivated to get back to it. You know, I even returned it to a Q-snap to work on, and it was in a Q-snap for over a week and I didn't touch it. I don't know. You know, when I say these things out loud, it's very silly. I mean, these are just expectations, deadlines, guidelines that I'm putting on myself. I mean, there's no one forcing me to complete this in 1 year. It's just me. I don't know. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's satisfying. Perhaps the one thing holding me back right now is that I need to reorganize all the flosses for this. So this kit comes pre-sorted, which is wonderful, on thread cards. It's basically like a long, I'll put up a picture, a long bobbin. And I think what I need to do to make this a fun stitch again is to put all of the flosses on thread drops. Right now it's a big mess, and you know, mise en place, I think that is what is preventing me from stitching this, is that it is just a mess and it's overwhelming. So maybe today I will take the time to transfer all of those flosses onto floss drops and we can go from there. Until then, this has really stalled out. This is the Palace again by Letistitch, just beautiful. Okay, I have just one more whip to show you. It's my pride and joy currently. I have been stitching on this really non-stop, and that is Consider the Lilies. I made so much progress on this. You know, I might have to stand up to show you this. Yeah. Since you last saw this, I went from top left corner all the way to the top right corner. Again, I left myself massive margins because I had an incident with my first start where I just did not have enough fabric. So I'm playing it extra safe. How pretty. Look, can you see the little hedgehog? That was so much fun to stitch. I'm so very proud of this. Again, this is my first time stitching on 46 count. I'm usually a 36, mostly 40 count stitcher, and this is 46. And I have to say, I just want everything to be on 46 now, but I'm having a difficult time finding 46 fabric. Do you just love it? I have really no words except for how stunning and satisfying and fun. You know, this one, I had a goal to finish it this year, and maybe I can. This is a little, probably less than 20% done. Let me show you this. So this tree here is just about, from here to here is just about half of the height of the sampler. So I'm guessing that I'm about 20%. This is a huge piece of fabric that I have folded up. Again, I am not pre-cutting because I am so paranoid. Yeah, my pride and joy. I would really like to finish it this year because I have a lot of samplers that I want to do, that I even have kitted up already. And I don't know that I can stitch on several large samplers at once. It might stress me out too much. So I would really like to finish this before I start my next sampler. Something just fell off my desk. That's what that noise was. You know what? That's everything that I worked on since the last that we met. I'm going to take the time to put these whips away nicely, and I'll be back with more. While I was putting my whips away, I found one more that I forgot to talk about, and one that I've been spending a lot of time on, and that is Black Swans by Mill Hill. Let me, I feel like I need to find something to put behind it. Yeah. I'll just do this for now. I have started beading Black Swans. Oh, what is that? Sorry, there's some goo on it. There you go. If you follow me on Instagram, you might know that I am having some reservations about the called for backstitching. Let me put a photo up for you to see. So Mill Hill, Laurel Birch, wants me to backstitch the Black Swan and the leaves and medium gold and medium orange, and I don't know that that's what I want to do. It's just too high contrast for me. It's not the mood that I want. So even though the instructions said to backstitch before beading, I went ahead and started beading while I think about what to do about the backstitch. Not only do I not want to backstitch in the called for color, I also don't want to backstitch using 2 threads, which is what the pattern calls for. Whatever color I do end up using to backstitch, I certainly will only use 1 thread to do that. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Until then, the beading is so fun. I just love, I don't know if you could tell, these black iridescent beads. The name of them in the Mill Hill kit is Petite Rainbow bead, but to me, oh yeah, there we go. They're beautiful black and blue sparkles. That has been really fun. I don't have very much beading to do. I'm finished with all of the black beading. I finished the flower beading. I just have some aqua beads that go in these sections here. And I pre-purchased this, let me take this out of the packaging. I haven't even opened this yet. I found this, sorry. This, I found on Amazon. It is a Mill Hill pre-painted 6x6 frame. Oh, I didn't realize it includes a dowel for easy display. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Here is a dowel for easy display. I don't know. I don't know how to use that dowel. There are no instructions. I will look that up. But won't that be great to have an FFO so easily? I'll let you know how this frame works out. But I thought that was really cool that they provide that. That encourages me to do more of their bigger kits because I can just pop it in this frame. I will link to that below as well. I forget what I paid for this, but it must have been a good price if I went for it, right? Thrifty gal here. There we go. Okay, that is my last whip. From there, I guess I usually talk about plans. In my last video, I said that I didn't have any plans to start anything. I had to really sit on my hands and not start anything, that I really wanted to start finishing things. So I would just plug away at my whips, and I'm very proud of myself. I did stick to that. Now, I didn't start anything in the last 2 weeks, but I did make some purchases, like for patterns and floss. So I mean, to be stitched, that list is growing, but I haven't started anything. And you know, I think I'd like to continue that trend for the next 2 weeks. If I could just not start anything until I finish some things. Let's see how that goes. Not going to be too hard on myself about that, right? We're here for fun. So my plans don't include stitchy plans, but I do, or stitching plans, but I do have some cross stitch related plans that I want to talk about. One is, okay, I am a habitual journaler, and I was keeping my stitching plans in my journal or planner where I keep everything. Stitching plans, work plans, diary, it all goes in here in my Hobonichi. My Hobonichi has can show you. It's a Hobonichi Techo, so it has monthly layout as well as weekly layout, weekly. And it also has, I know this is so extra, right? It also has daily pages where I journal, diary, and also keep track of my cross stitching, including, you know, what I worked on that day, what I finished, what my plans are. Seeing if I'm looking for a page with stitchy goodness. You know, so this is my finishes of the month page. The thing is, it's getting to be a lot of information jammed into my book, and I thought what it would be like to do a more traditional like book of days. So I found this absolutely adorable monthly planner that starts in August. So I thought I would give it a try. I started filling in August with my daily stitches, what I work on, what my plans are over here, just to see how that goes. Now, I'm kind of like double recording. So I'm recording in here what I stitch every day, what I finish, what my plans are. And I have stopped recording my daily stitching in my planner and just more general stitchiness in here. And it's working out better for me. I'm keeping up with it, which is, I wasn't doing that because I was getting a little overwhelmed by this. So part of my plans is to use my book of days planner more. Was that too much information? I don't know. I just thought I would share. Okay. Other plans. I was inspired by Rogue Mama Stitcher. She does these beautiful stitches on hand-dyed opalescent Aida. And I have been on the hunt for hand-dyed opalescent Aida ever since I saw her stitches. And I just haven't found a color and count. I mean, I just haven't found the right fabric for me. So I thought, what if I try to dye my own? I have purchased the dye. Let me show you. I haven't yet dyed, but I purchased the dye. I'm going to do some research on how to do it. I got a fuchsia Rit dye, and while I was at Michael's perusing the clearance section, I saw this glitter tie-dye kit, and I thought maybe I could try to mimic the opalescent Aida with this glitter kit. This was on clearance for $5, and it includes everything. Oh, it also includes gems. It includes everything you need to make several tie-dye glitter t-shirts. So my thought is, okay, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit and show you part of my vintage haul right now because it relates to this dyeing and to Rogue Mama Stitcher influencing me. She's been doing these beautiful cat stitches on the opalescent bright fabric. So I found myself a vintage kit that includes these Ruth Moreland, is that her name? Ruth Moorhead cats. She designed the kitten ornaments that I showed you last time. So can you imagine these cats on bright pink opalescent Aida? And I thought, you know what? The kit that it comes in has this rock hard Aida. Ooh, I just dropped a needle. Okay, we'll find that later, hopefully. Rock hard, I mean, stiff Aida, and I thought I will try to dye the Aida that comes with the kit. And I also have the Aida that came with my Care Bears kit that I can dye. So we will try to dye this Aida this weekend, and I will let you know how that goes. Since I already broke out the kit, let me show you that it comes with pre-sorted threads. How cool is that? Okay, so that's a sneak peek of part of my vintage haul for the episode. Again, that's the Simplicity Counted Cross Stitch Kit called 5 in a Row, designed by Ruth Moorhead. How cute are they? And we hope that my dyed Aida project will go well. I will let you know. Okay, I think that's all. That is all for my plans. Next up, I have vintage haul. And then after vintage haul, I will talk about the giveaway. So if you are not into haul, which I absolutely and completely understand, but you are interested in the giveaway, I will not be offended if you fast forward to the giveaway section. Okay, again, I'm gonna clean up and bring out my haul. Okay, my vintage haul this week includes several D-stash patterns and another kit on top of the 5 in a Row kittens kit. Okay, my first pattern is from the Stitcherhood, that's a new to me designer. I just love the sentiment on this so much. Let me read it to you first before I show you. It says, "In my little kingdom of stitches that cross, I am queen of the needle and boss of the floss." I just thought that was so cute. And you know, I was buying something from this D-stasher anyway, and I thought I would throw this in the bag. How sweet is that? Just a nice one-page cardstock. So cute. Next up, let me take it out of the packaging for you. Is Mr. and Mrs. Abbott and Daughters by the one and only Carriage House Samplings. Let me see, what is the date on this? This has a 2003 copyright. I just adore this full coverage painting style. I probably won't finish this into pillows, but you know, little frame pieces facing each other would be so sweet. Love that. Next up is another Carriage House Samplings. Oh my gosh, this I've had on my wish list for a while. You guys, it's another sad girl. I think of her as a sad girl. You know I love sad Carriage House Samplings and Kathy Barrett girls. This is called Mrs. Pearson. Look at that bird on her head. I love the shape of her dress. Love the background square stitching and the bird's nest and bird on her head. This has absolutely everything going for it. I'm very excited to stitch this. This was has a copyright of 2009. Can you see? Excuse that ring light reflection. And this is 87 by 123 stitches high. Very, very doable. Let me see what the Mr. and Mrs. Abbott and Daughters, how big is that? This is, each of these is 49 by 62. I mean, full coverage, but small. Oh my gosh. so good. So good. Those are my two Carriage House Samplings finds. Also, these are all from the same individual, so I think we have a lot of this. We have the same taste, so I have an eye out for her future destashes, because the next one is a Permit of Copenhagen sampler. I have never done or purchased one of their patterns, but I have always admired them. Absolutely stunning and huge. Oh, look at these animals. Is that a tiger? Flowers. I mean, this is so beautiful. I love the muted colors. Here's maybe easier to see this way. The whole thing. I'm not sure when this was published, but the sampler is from 1790. Unreal. Gosh, I really hope I can get to this one day. I have maybe 5 gigantic samplers in the lineup, so I don't know when this will be, but I would love to stitch this. Has anyone stitched this? Please let me know if you have. Let me know in the comments. Oh my goodness, I would love to see your finish of this or your whip of this. That would be so cool. My last vintage haul is kind of silly. I don't think I'm going to take this out of the package because there's a lot in here and I don't want to lose anything. And I don't see a year on this. I'm assuming that it is vintage. I definitely bought it secondhand. It is, what is it called? I don't know. Okay, it's called Tiger. Oh, I wish I could, oh, there we go. Oh my gosh. Now I know I said it'd be a long time before I would stitch on dark fabric, but then this came up on my feed and there's absolutely no way I'm not gonna own this fantastic creature. Wow, I have no idea. I don't think that these flosses are sorted. It doesn't seem so. And I'm actually also seeing like sequins in here. This is 13 by 13. It's called Tiger and designed by John Enright. Comes with 14 count navy Ada beads and sequins. Thank you, John Enright. Look at this creature. Oh my god. That's just so fun, and I really would love to do this one day. Oh my gosh. Okay. That is all of my vintage haul. And now I would like to get to the giveaway portion. To thank you so much for getting me above 1,000 subscribers. I put together a little gift basket. I ask that if you would like to be entered into the giveaway to please be 18 years of age or older, because I will need your mailing address. And I'm going to say, you know, I want to be able to offer this to anyone, so I can ship internationally. I thank you to my international viewers as well as my domestic viewers, so this is open to you as well. And I'm able to do that because of your support, you know, from clicking on my Amazon affiliate links to subscribing, and you know, your nice comments allow me to do things like these giveaways. I hope to do bigger and more in the future. So what was it? Okay, please be over 18 because I will need your mailing address. This will all be one gifty care package. And if you would like to enter, please leave in the comments the word community. And please do not use words that might bring bots and creepy, scary folks to our safe space. So please don't use words like free or giveaway or win or anything like that, because they'll come out from the woodwork and I'll have to delete your comment, which I don't want to do. So yes, please use the word community if you are interested in being entered to win the following gifties. I have for you a vintage Care Bears kit, completely sealed. Let's see. This contains 18 count Ada. It contains all the floss, a needle, and the chart to stitch your tender heart bear. In addition to that, I also have for you an uncustomized case that you could either customize yourself or keep it as a jewelry case, or keep it as is and keep your stitchy things in there. That would work as well. You do not need to customize this. It's a cute little cowboy, cowgirl, country themed stitchy case. I also have for you, you know I love cute things, and you know I'm trying to start a new book of days. I also got you a book of days if you would like to try that out. It's Hello Kitty themed. It has a monthly layout starting from August of this year all the way through December of 2025. And also, what I really like about this is it has pages in the back, lined pages, as well as, this is so cool, like perforated list pages. So you can, this is like divided into thirds. You can write your list, tear it out neatly, and either stick it to a monthly page or, you know, use it however you want. There we go. And then finally, in addition to all of this goodness, I want to include a $20 gift card to lindystitches.com. I love Lindy Stitches. I love to support them. I would like to, if you haven't shopped at Lindy Stitches before, send you on your merry way there with a gift card so you can see how great that they are. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched an episode, left a comment, followed me on Instagram, subscribed. You bring me so much happiness, and I hope that I can just give a little bit of that back to you. Until next time, do something today that makes your heart sing. Mwah.